Hi everyone, I would like to tell you about this coming lunar eclipse that's gonna happen on 5th of June. It's gonna happen in the Scorpio in nakshatra Jyestha. Some astrologers say it's gonna be a deceptive eclipse. Nakshatra Jyestha can mean jealousy, or unforgiving energy, or revengeful energy. But it doesn't necessarily mean that. Jyestha can mean the emotional courage to fight for the righteous cause. This nakshatra has to do with the forces of the light fighting against the forces of the dark. It has the meaning of energetical protection too, the umbrella. The symbol of the nakshatra is umbrella as an energetical protection. So sometimes the best way to fight with the dark forces is to put up magic protection, energetical white magic protection. Once I asked my first astrology teacher, when he gave me the mantra for Mars, for Saturn, I asked him, but how can we cancel the influence of Mars and Saturn there in the sky that they have on us? And he said, no, we will not cancel those influences. We will take the umbrella. And you can take the umbrella from the rain or from the sun. You can also take the umbrella from harmful energetical influences. Jyestha nakshatra, if it's a low level of energy, can be someone who will get hurt by you, and they will think, wait, I will take revenge. I will find the right moment when I can bite you like Scorpio with my poisonous tail and get back at you. And when it's a high level of energy, Jyestha nakshatra can mean like returning the harm back to the one who did the harm, restoring the righteousness, restoring the right order of things. I have Ketu in Jyestha nakshatra, so for me, big theme of my life and of who I am is restoring the dharma, the justice, the righteousness, the right order of things, because the earth is how everything works on earth. The dark power rules here on earth, and there is so much work to be done to restore the forces of light. Sure, people can turn away from the light, from the truth as much as they want, and the truth will still always be there. But we cannot allow the adharma, the darkness, rule the world. We cannot let it happen. So we have to fight, we have to rise up and be a warrior for what is right. And the whole Bhagavad Gita is about that. When Arjuna, the warrior, is called to fight and kill his own family and brothers and teachers, but they did evil things, and justice has to be restored. And Krishna was explaining that to Arjuna, and he couldn't understand, how can I kill my brothers? But they did evil things. So that's a a lot of what Jyestha nakshatra is about. Restoring the justice. So we have to purify ourselves to the level when we don't just take revenge when we were not right, when we were wrong and someone put us on our place and then we decided to take revenge. No. We have to have the emotional courage to see if we were wrong and live by the justice, by the righteousness. If someone else was right, we have to have the courage to say so, to admit that. Because often, when someone has a lot of power, Jyestha also means the best, the king. Then it's the king Indra. When someone has a lot of power and they do something wrong, and you tell them that, they're gonna get revengeful towards you. Like, how dare you? Who are you to tell me what to do and what I did right or wrong? However, even the little child can tell us that we did something wrong. And that's a lesson that we have to take and accept. And if we don't want that, and we're gonna take revenge, that's very low. And my Ascended Lord is exalted, so I experience Jyestha nakshatra as an energy of fighting for justice and an energy of magic protection against the deceptive forces. And you know what? The best way to recognize the deceptive forces is to develop the power of discrimination, as in Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. We read that Viveka, the power of discrimination, is the purpose of the whole practice of yoga. The power of the seer to see through the ignorance, uninterrupted power of discernment. That's how you beat the dark deceptive forces. By knowing your values, this new moon in Taurus had also the theme, the meaning of our values. Do we know what our values are? Do we have clarity about what is acceptable and what is not? And then if we fight against the wrong values, some politics, like people may say in politics one thing and they're hiding some other agenda. If we are against that, if we fight that, we shouldn't accept that quality in people who are close to us either. So either we like politics or we don't like them, but we cannot like them in our family member, but not like politics in some political figure. Jyestha nakshatra also has to do with this politics, like they say things that you cannot trust because something else is behind that. And I have never understood that. What's the point of talking to each other and communicating if we cannot trust that what people say is true? So what's the point of saying anything at all if I cannot know if I can believe it or not? And especially when people hide things and they have some hidden agendas underneath what they're saying, and you can sense that, like manipulative way of presenting facts. but then they behave like they're innocent, like, what do you mean? You know, I can see through that, but many people can't. So we should stay out of that, of politics. We should purify ourselves to the point when we are not only talking about fighting for the righteous cause, but we also live this way, and what we do is also righteous, and what we accept in our friends and family, people who surround us, is also righteous. Because I cannot fight against adharma and then accept the adharma in my family member. So why is it okay for him to do, but it's not okay for the president to do, right? It has to be equal for everyone. So with this eclipse we have to watch out about people doing probably some mean things behind our back. Probably that's gonna be what we have to deal with, and deceptive forces, deceptive deeds of people, revengeful things, maybe things you cannot trust, politics, jealousy, desire to take revenge at some point, waiting for the right moment to do that, like poisonous remarks. There is a whole ocean of impurity, and we have to cut through that with our power of discernment and free ourselves from this ignorance. And that's why we have to practice yoga.